Welcome to the Partner Marketing Unlock podcast, the podcast where we break down real co-marketing strategies, ecosystem insights, and stories from partner marketers in the field. I'm your host, Amir Motameni, and today I want to talk about something that I think is quietly holding back a lot of companies, and especially when it comes to their partnership strategy. And that is the idea that partner marketing is just a department. Companies operate their partner marketing programs with running webinars, managing MDF, sending a few co-branded emails, swapping logos with a partner, and maybe helping with some events. And then they move on to the next campaign, the next thing. They're very reactive versus being proactive and as strategic as they should be. But don't get me wrong, those things do work. I've done it, I still do it. But after years in the space across different companies, across different ecosystems, working with different partner models and partner types, this is what I truly believe. I think partner marketing is not just a department. I think it's an operating system for how your company can improve the way they go to market. And it's not just what you execute, it's how your product is built, it's how your sales team sells, it's how your marketing positions your company and your products in the market. So, for today's episode, I want to break this down into three different parts. First, I want to talk about the difference between partnerships as a channel and partnerships as a strategy. The second, I want to talk about why product, sales, and marketing have to be aligned or partnerships simply don't work and fail. And third, I want to talk about the organizational design mistakes that quietly can kill your partner marketing program and its impact. So, for most companies, they treat partners as a channel. And what I mean by that is that partners are just another way that deals can come in, and they sit alongside your inbound, your outbound, your paid media campaigns, your events. They're very helpful, but they're not foundational. They're not always top of mind with your go to market strategy. And when partners are just a channel, partner marketing becomes, again, more reactive and more tactical. You're running a one off webinar, you're running off a one time blog post. And it's, again, useful, but it's not transformative. It's not an integrated campaign or a strategic campaign where you do focus on more than one activity and being proactive with a joint goal in mind. But when we contrast that with partnerships as a strategy, this is then when leadership says our growth does not happen just in isolation or in a direct fashion. It happens inside an ecosystem. And with that, this changes everything. And now your product roadmap starts to consider integrations first, not necessarily last. Your sales motion assumes co-selling opportunities, not just selling solo. Your marketing is designed for shared audiences, not just your own website traffic. And when your partner marketing team is included with the marketing team, and when they're constantly thinking, how can we bring in a partner versus doing something just direct? And they're like, how can we market with a partner to get more exposure? Then this is a model where you are supporting your go-to-market strategy, and that's where partnerships are actually just are a strategy and not just a simple channel. So, one thing I like to ask is, if you want to do a quick, simple test, ask yourself, if all of your partners disappeared tomorrow, would your company still be effectively selling, marketing, and positioning itself effectively? And if the answer is yes, and that means the partners are just a channel, they're just part of your go to market strategy. They are not built to be something that helps your go to market strategy. So if the answer is no, then partners are a bona fide strategy. And usually that's just embedded with companies that are partner first, that don't really have a sales team. They might be doing more of the indirect sales, versus having a vast uh, direct sales team. But when partners operate as a strategy, partner marketing stops being about just running one-off campaigns. It starts becoming, how can we build an ecosystem with our partners to get to our customers to solve problems more efficiently and more effectively. So you're no longer asking what webinar should we run with which partner. You're asking now, how do we win this market And how can a webinar strategy be a part of that like goal, which is to win market share, obviously increase revenue for yourself, but also for your partner. Also, with your partner, you want to be able to define categories together, like use cases together. How do we shape buyer expectations together? How do we shorten the friction in the buyer's journey and shorten the sales cycle together? This is a completely different level of work. That's not just marketing, that is a strategic partnership. When it comes to alignment, that's also another issue as well. But the uncomfortable truth when it comes to alignment with partner marketing usually lives in a silo. You can't build an ecosystem if only one department really believes in that, and that's the channel organization or the partnership organization. So, what real alignment actually looks like if you do have a successful partner marketing program and partner program is your product team is building features with partners in mind. They're building integrations, APIs, partner extensions, marketplace distributions, and they're looking at ways of how we can partner and connect with different platforms to make our product even stickier. Then that is something is very important to have that product team that is willing to build based on what you and the partner think can solve problems for your end customer. So that is very important. So that means your roadmap doesn't treat integrations as nice to have. It treats them as a core to how customers can succeed. So that is very important. And very few companies do that. It also means that your documentation isn't written just for internal teams. It's written so partners can actually build on top of your platform to help build a better platform for your customers. And it means your product decisions, they assume co-creation and not just isolation, which is huge. On the sales side, ecosystems are also very important because sales teams often complain that partner deals are slow, partner registration is not perfect. Partner leads aren't real. These are not real opportunities that are actually qualified. Like also, they worry about commission and their margin. Like they don't want to split commissions. I don't want to bring in a partner because I get less commission. And on the surface, these complaints feel valid and are real. But the real issue is most sales organizations were never designed to sell with partners. Like if your CRM is built for direct deals, if your compensation plan rewards only solo selling, and you're not getting any other credit for bringing in partner led deals, and if your forecasting ignores partner influence, then of course partnerships are going to feel painful, and AEs are not going to want to bring in partners in a complex, nuanced situation where they're not going to get rewarded for it. But partner marketing, if they can generate awareness, if they can generate pipeline and demand all day long, and the reps don't trust partner deals, the managers don't forecast them, then what's the point of doing partner marketing and driving leads and partner leads specifically if sales are not going to follow up with them? So what real alignment looks like on the sales side is sales leadership explicitly prioritizes co-sell motions. There are clear rules of engagement. There's shared accountability for outcomes. There are shared goals. You know what commission you're going to be getting for a partner closed opportunity that was sourced by a partner. So that's got to be a philosophical change for a lot of organizations, not just a process change. And that's a huge step. When it comes to marketing, though, and working with a broader marketing team, because the partner marketer is usually working on the channel side and they're a conduit between the marketing team and the partner program and the partners themselves. So if your marketing strategy is still, we're going to drive leads to our website and pass them to sales, partners are always going to be an afterthought. Like if we're just going to run a marketing direct campaign, where do partners fit in? But if marketing shifts to how can we create demand that benefits both our internal marketing team as well as our ecosystem, that's when everything changes. Now you're building joint value propositions. Now you're building shared narratives for the market. Now campaigns are based on solutions, not just features. You're building off the brand equity of your partner. If you have a bigger partner with a big brand, then the marketing team would love to bring in someone from a huge company like a Google or Facebook or what Amazon or whatever it may be, and you get to increase your exposure through that brand equity and that trust. So it totally makes sense. So instead of asking how do we promote our product, you can ask how do we shape the category together again and win that market share together. That's when partner marketing stops being just a tactic and it becomes a go to market strategy. So let's talk about mistakes I've also seen over and over again as a partner marketer. And these aren't obvious. They're more structural, I would say, and they quietly limit what partner marketing can ever become. And one mistake is that partner marketing is not sitting at the seat when it comes to building strategy. They're too far down the org chart. And if they're not, if there's no leader really promoting and building strategy, then you're only focusing on short-term planning. You're only focusing on a campaign by campaign basis. There's no real influence over product or sales strategy or marketing strategy. And partner marketing needs proximity to the go-to-market leadership and the C-suite and the VP level so they can actually build strategic campaigns and revenue engines so they could build pipeline for the sales team. And if you're only brought in after the strategy is decided, you're not really shaping the ecosystem. You're just focusing on reactive tactics. Another mistake is no shared ownership over ecosystem success. So when partner outcomes are owned only by the partnership team, sales blames partners, marketing blames sales, product ignores both, and partner becomes the like middle layer trying to translate everything. And in real ecosystem companies, product is accountable for integration success, sales is accountable for co-selling outcomes, and marketing is accountable for joint demand creation and pipeline creation. We need to be able to create opportunities for our sales team. And partner success is cross-functional by design. It's not just delegated to one team. So partner managers need to operate as obviously business development reps, sales reps, partner operation reps, even marketers themselves. And marketers need to think the exact same ways. They need to operate as if they're also a partner manager, an account manager, a salesperson, a product person. So you have to treat partners like they're part of your strategy team. You can't just treat them as a vendor. You have to treat them as a true strategic partner. The ones that qualify, obviously, the ones that are driving revenue, the ones that align the most with your end customer. So if you only engage partners when you need a webinar speaker, a logo on your website, or a partner to send an email to their database, that's not going to be effective. Then you don't have partners. You have promotional partners. If you're going to build a good program and drive ultimate revenue, then you need a strategic partnership that has shared planning, OKRs like QBRs, long-term roadmap planning, executive level buy-in and alignment. And partner marketing's role is to activate partners. It's not to activate partners, excuse me. It's to operationalize a shared strategy across the go-to-market plan, and then you activate the partners, obviously, and then you get them engaged. You get them to help with driving revenue. So that means helping turn relationships into repeatable growth engines. So to bring this home, if you think partner marketing as just a team that runs campaigns with other companies, you'll get results, but they're going to be incremental results. But if you see partnership marketing as the operating system of how your company can go to market, to expand your reach, to cut your budget essentially, then everything changes and you start designing products for the ecosystem. You start designing sales motions and co-selling models as well. And you start building a better together story with your partners and value proposition that can help you win and increase market share. And organizations can plan for long-term growth by thinking of the future. So that's when partnerships stop being a nice to have and they start becoming a competitive advantage. So if you're in partner marketing right now, my challenge to you is stop asking, how can I run better partner campaigns? Start asking, how does my company actually go to market with partners? Like, how can they be a part of our go to market strategy long term versus just a one off initiatives? Because if partners aren't helping shape your go to market, you don't have a partner strategy yet. And that's the difference between a department and an operating system. So if this episode resonated with you, make sure to share it with someone in product sales or partner marketing who still thinks partnerships are just a side channel.